एक मिनट टाइम लीजिए। ठीक।
The good thing about science is that it's true whether or not you believe. A very bright, charming, and mesmerizing morning to all of us. It's definitely a pride moment to have the online celebration of National Science Day under the aegis of Parshvnath Sahodaya Schools, Giridih, Jharkhand. A hearty welcome to each and everyone with a special mention to our chief guest, Dr. Pradeep Kumar Singh, Director, CISR Simpa Dhanbad. Guest of honor, Mr. Manoj Kumar Agarwal, GM, Dori and Giridih Area CCL. Scientist Dr. Arvind C. Ranade, Dr. J.K. Pandey, Chief Principal Scientist, CSIR Simfer. President, Parshvnath Sahodaya Schools, Giridih, Jharkhand, Dr. P. Hajra. Secretary, Sahodaya Schools, Bhaiya Abhinav Kumar, Sir. All the principals of Sahodaya Schools, intellectual guests, parents, guardians, teachers, viewers, and my loving students in this wonderful online celebration of National Science Day, that is 28th February. Let me have this opportunity to brief out something about this important day. So before that, let's have a happy National Science Day to all. Scientists should always state the opinion upon which their facts are based. Since science is always a treasure, difficult to measure. Science came from God as a boon. Its magic is carrying man to moon. Indeed, it is. Einstein has rightly said, to raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle requires creative imagination and marks real advance in science. Friends, in 1986, the National Council for Science and Technology Communication, NCSTC, asked the Government of India to designate February 28 as National Science Day. Since then, India celebrates this day as the National Science Day. Hence, today we are celebrating this day enthusiastically with an objective to spread a message about the importance of science in the daily life. And most important, how our genius got the idea and worked upon to get the result. I'm sure you all remember how sitting in the garden one day Newton came up with the idea, why does this apple always falls down every time? Why doesn't it go upward? And friends, he kept on working up to find an answer to it, and he came up with result which everyone knows today, that is law of gravitation. Dear students, it was because of his keen observation and curiosity which led to get an answer and reason out why. So I hope you know all about this National Science Day. On and request our visionary principal, Sir Bhaiya Abhinav Kumar, Secretary Parshvnath Sahodaya Schools, Giridih, for his welcome address. Sir, please.
Very good morning. Am I audible?
Morning, sir. Yes, sir. Very audible.
Oh. So, Very good morning, everybody, on this auspicious occasion, and I wish everyone a very enlightening and very energizing Science Day, National Science Day 2021. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome the most suitable person on this day, our most honorable, renowned scientist, Dr. Pradeep Kumar Singh, Director CSIR, and Simfer, Dr. Arvind C. Ranade, Senior Scientist, Vigyan Prashar, Government of India, Dr. J.K. Pandeji, Chief Principal Scientist, CSIR, Simfer Dhanbad, our most honorable LMC Chairman and General Manager, CCL Dhori and Giridih area, Sri M.K. Agrawal sir, and the staff officer personnel, Sri Pratul Kumar ji and Sri Rajiv ji of Dhori area and Kargali area, Dr. P. Hajra, President Parshvnath Sahodaya School, Giridih, my colleague principals of several schools on this Sahodaya complex, Giridih, teachers of these schools, and more than 20,000 children, those who are studying in these schools and watching this program, and their parents and guardians. It's a great day for all of us when we are celebrating National Science Day 2021 in the presence of our renowned scientists of this country in this webinar is really a big occasion for all of us and a moment of great inspiration for the children and teachers. The basic objective of this celebration of National Science Day is to propagate the message of importance of science among tiny kids, children, its application among the people. This day is celebrated to inspire students to new experiments, attract them to science, and make them aware of scientific achievements. The theme of the National Science Day 2021 is Future of STI, Science, Technology and Innovation. Nowadays, innovation is the biggest buzzword everywhere. The children, the teachers, those who are innovating things, they're coming out with new ideas. They are being appreciated, they are being helped, they are being guided, they are being recognized. So its the impact of science technology on education, skill and work. Indian scientists have succeeded in making India proud globally with their great innovative ideas right from ancient Vedic period by integrating science and philosophy in a very sustainable way. The purpose of this webinar is to sensitize our children, our students, to develop scientific temper and a sincere appeal to all the teachers to teach their children how to learn instead of rote learning and develop their observational skill. At this occasion, I have requested some of the teachers of this school to narrate the life and achievement of few of our great scientists of this country. And I hope children, after going through their life of these scientists, may realize that most of them were a common student in their childhood, but each one have made an uncommon contribution in the scientific development of this country. So, at the very childhood, we as a teacher should motivate children to develop that observational skill. The power of observation makes the child to innovate many new things. And there are immense possibility in this regard. And this is an opportunity in the presence of these great scientists. Definitely children will be motivated to think new things. The presence of eminent scientists in this webinar and their valuable words will definitely inspire our children to look into things around them in the light of science and innovation. I once again heartily welcome our Honorable Dr. Pradeep Kumar Singh, Director CSIR Simper, Dr. Arvind C. Ranadeji, Senior Scientist Vigyan Prashar, Government of India, Dr. J.K. Pandey Sahab, Chief Principal Scientist CSIR Simper Dhanbad, their uh, wholehearted support and their presence itself energizes us to think that the days are not far when our children will also be motivated to see new things, come out with new ideas. And I also thanks our LMC chairman come general manager Sri M.K. Agarwal Sahab, who out of his busy schedule has agreed to be part of this webinar and he motivate us with their presence. So I once again welcome each one of you. Stay with this webinar for 1 hour and feel the echo of science around us. Thank you and welcome once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for welcoming each and everyone so sincerely. And now I request Dr. Arvind C. Ranade for his address. But before that, let me introduce him to you all. Dr. Arvind C. Ranade is a scientist working for astronomy and space science for Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. It
Dr. Hazraji, and the principal of the college of the school, and a person behind organizing the whole function, Dr. Bhaiya Abhinav Kumarji, and my very well-known, I would say a very close friend, Dr. J.K. Pandey, all the dignitaries from the Giridih and of the Jharkhand, teachers, students, and the parents who are listening for the today's talk and the celebration of National Science Day. I first would like to give the compliments to the organizer for taking a right opportunity to celebrate the Festival of Science and commemorate the first Nobel was been grabbed by India to Sir C.V. Raman, and to commemorate that, today's day is getting celebrated since the 1987 by Government of India to know the entire world that the discovery of Raman effect belongs to India. And every year, the government of India select the theme to celebrate the National Science Day. And this year's theme, as mentioned by Bhaiya Abhinav Kumarji, this is the theme for STI, that is Science, Technology and Innovation. And the today's function makes an important on the aspect of STI as far as the today's context is concerned. Well, science is something that we are trying to explore since the time we know or started to know about the nature. Technology has helped us in developing or rather bringing a very new instruments to the understanding of science. However, that science and technology are the helping hands to think, to innovate in something which will make us to make the life easy as an innovation for days to come. Today's generation is really, I would say, an extraordinary and most lucky to get the fruits of science, technology, and most important is to try themselves, try to understand the needs of the society and do something which perhaps the innovation can help the life to make easy at the same time to progress not only at the national but at the international level as well. And I think Sir C.V. Raman has actually is the one of the best example of Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is the self-reliant country. If you look at the Dr. C.V. Raman, right from the concept, right from the technology, the instruments, the spectrograph, whatsoever that he has used, it was entirely indigenous trying to understand the nature. He developed he used the innovation to reveal the certain facts of the nature which we all be knowing now today as a Raman effect, which is nothing but the scattering. And in fact, his discovery and his innovation has helped, or rather helping the today's world, whether it is a medical science, whether it is a space science, or whether it is any sort of industry everywhere that the applications that are being fruits to all of us. And in fact, on this occasion, remembering Sir C.V. Raman and promise the entire world that similar spirit needs to be brought in our whole working style by which the life of the people will be very easy at the same time trying to explore the nature, trying to go near the nature and know about what is being unsolved, what is being not known to us with the help of science, technology, and of course through the innovation. I really compliment to the organizer for organizing such beautiful program, and I'm really sure that many of the speakers will enlighten you on the various aspects of the science, technology, and innovation. And one of the best example from where the chief guest belongs is a SIMFO, which is one of the premier laboratory whose work has been known across the globe. If we remember, in fact, I will request Dr. P.K. Singh Saab to talk about the tunnel to which the Simper is been known to the world by the work that has been, no, rather developed by the Simper's technology. And in fact, that will help the today's audience to understand the need of the science and technology to make the life easy. So without taking much time, and first I would really thanks to the organizer for inviting me and giving me time to talk on this very special day. I request all the students and the teachers to really listen to the various talks which will be delivered by the various speakers and try to imbibe those values for the young generation to come. With this, thank you so much for the time given to me and making this whole day as a very, very important for every one of us. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
sir. It was indeed nice hearing you, and the way you said or have explained the STI, that is science, technology, and innovation, in a beautiful way. Indeed, science and technology are independent. As you said, It is very true. It is the heart and soul of each other. And I'm sure with the way you have given the explanation, my students, even all the students of all these schools and all the viewers who are really viewing it would be benefited. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, sir. सृजन में पालन प्रणय में ब्रह्मांड मूलाधार में विज्ञान ही विज्ञान केवल है सकल संसार में विज्ञान सेतु बंद है जो विशिष्ट प्रतिमान में पुष्पक विमान चंद्रयान मंगल विमान प्रमाण में विज्ञान ही केवल है विज्ञान ही विज्ञान केवल है सकल संसार में केवल है सकल संसार एको अहम बहुस्वर I am Rush. May I be Min. So, here, friends, this is what science is. It has numerous shootouts, and here I bring before you science-related song being presented by Mr. Bhanu Kumar Bhatt, and on tabla we have Bhaiya Ved Vinayak. Over to Bhanu.
Everyone on the Science Day celebration, and I am here to present a song related to Setelah itu mengikuti sehari.
Thank you so much, Anu sir and Bhaiya Ved, for presenting such a beautiful song related to science, right? Vigyan, ही विज्ञान केवल है सकल संसार. Very proceeding ahead. Ancient India has a history of wonderful gems. The great scholars and scientists like Aryabhat, Brahma Gupta, Brahmira, Nagarjuna, Charak, Sruta, Budhyana, and many more who have rendered a lot to make this world a beautiful and comfortable place for living. And to make us aware of these many scientists, here comes our bio teacher, Kakuli Saha. Over to Kakuli.
Good morning and a warm namaste to all of you present over here. India has always been a treasure trove of knowledge. The modern world may take the credit for some of the concepts and inventions, but they are what they are really reinventions of the ancient scientific knowledge. Yes, to give some facts about the ancient scientific world to our students, I am here to present few of the works of our ancient scientists. So let us move on to the field of mathematics. Bodhyan was the first person in ancient India who gave some of the solid concepts in the field of mathematics. He gave the value of pi. It's not an easy thing at that time. And moreover, the Pythagoras theorem, which was given by Pythagoras years later, has been found to be worked upon by Bodhyan in his days, which is very evident from his book Salva Sutra. Now, let us move to Aryabhatta. Yes, the great personality. Yes, who is not aware of the fact his means a personality known for his excellence in various fields. Yes, he was a mathematician, he was an astrologer, he was a physicist, and he was above all an astronomer. He is better known for his significant contribution for giving us the concept of zero. He even gave the value of pi up to four places. Yes, as an experienced astronomer, he discarded the view that the earth is achal or immovable. He was not of the idea, and the very concept of solar and the lunar eclipse was also given by him. What else can we say about him, children? Now, you must be knowing by now, or you must have realized by now, that how the very first satellite which was launched by India in orbit was also named after him. Next, we would take up Brahma Gupta. He is a person for what is it is the modern mathematics today. He invented, or rather, he gave the very concept of multiplication, and it is being accepted in the form how it is today. Now, let us move to the field of science. And children, now you will come to know of various incidents, how these people got, how these ancient scientists got motivated to work upon it. Let us take up the case of Acharya Kanai. He was from Gujarat. Once on his visit to Prayag, he saw the entire town road and the bank of the Ganges being littered with flowers and rice grains. He started collecting those rice grains. People thought he must have gone mad. They gathered around him and started asking him, "What is the matter?" He did not reply all of a sudden. Rather, he smiled and answered back that, yes, even the smallest particle is a part of the universe. It may seem that it is not that a single grain of rice is nothing, but if it is collected, it can be a meal for somebody. Yes, he gave the atomic theory of matter long back. John Dalton had given. So we are here to appreciate and applause whatever they have done for us. Now I would move to Acharya Bahamira. What? He was a great person, known for again for diverse works in the field of hydrology, geology, and ecology. He told, or he made us understand, that he placed before the world that the presence of underground water can be very well realized by the presence of plants and the termites. Termites, वो दीमक, ठीक है ना? What did he say? That the दीमक or the termites would travel all the way down to the surface of water to bring the water up where they have built their places. And somewhere he was also responsible for giving us the very concept of the presence of water in Mars 1500 years back. Now, we would move to the field of medicine and surgery. Children, this has been a difficult year for us. We have been fighting the challenging situation of the pandemic due to the coronavirus, due to the disease COVID 19. And do you know, the entire world is trying its best to give the best vaccine for developing immunity against the disease. And the very concept of immunity, as well as the preparation of vaccine, goes back to way back to the ancient scientific knowledge. First of all, we would like to take up Acharya Charak. He was indeed a great person who worked a lot in the field of medicine and Ayurveda. He gave us the concept of some of the facts of the human body, like embryology, anatomy, blood circulation, and the very existence of diseases like diabetes, heart diseases, etc. He was also instrumental in throwing light in the concept of various life processes in going on in the body, that is digestion, other source of metabolism, other means of metabolism, and the concept of immunity. He believed in curing the disease not for the time being, but eradicating it just from the base. And lastly, we would come to the scientist who was ancient scientist, really unbelievable and responsible for surgery at that time in ancient India when we were lagging behind in technology, and he was nothing but Maharshi Shushrata. Maharshi Shushrata is known as the father of surgery as well as anesthesia. Both are correlated. And when the rest of the world was taking baby steps in the field of surgery, he was carrying on rhino surgery for constructing the damaged nose or for removing the cataract of the eyes. He moved surgery rather to a level of excellent curing method. So these are the few facts, lots to say, lots to remember, but these are the few facts which I had to share it with you all. And moreover, you will be thrilled to know that this was not simple because there was no advancement of technology. They had to manage with the limited resources, they had to manage with the limited surroundings, availability of conditions, and today we are just taking forward their work and excelling in everything. Thank you. Have a great day ahead.
So, thank you so much, Kakuri. It was indeed the beautiful presentation, beautiful explanation, in fact, throwing light on the life of these great scientists who have made our country great. It is indeed because of these scholars and scientists who have given all these wonderful inventions and discoveries to the world that our country, India, is great today. Ancient India rocks even today. Thank you, Kakuri, for your wonderful presentation. And now we move on to know more about the modern Indian scientist. And here, I take this opportunity to invite upon our Vice Principal Sir, Mr. H.G. Tiwari, to make us all know about the great scientist Srinivas Ramanujan, who invented the Bengali number. Sir, over to you.
Good morning to all. A special good morning to Dr. Pradeep Kumar Singh, Director CSRI Simphal, Dhanbad, and also good morning to Dr. J.K. Pandey, Chief Scientist Simphal, and good morning Dr. Arvind C. Ranade, Scientist of Government of India. A special good morning to Honorable GM Mr. M.K. Agarwal, and good morning to President of Sahodaya Dr. P. Hajarji, and also good morning to Secretary, our Honorable Principal Mr. B. A. Kumar, who have given me opportunity to speak on the auspicious and National Science Day on the life of Srinivas Ramanujan. So I'm going to give light on the Srinivas Ramanujan. Srinivas Ramanujan was the brilliant Indian mathematician who lived during the British rule in India. though he had almost no formal training in pure mathematics, but he made substantial contribution to mathematical analysis, number theory, infinite series, and continued prediction, including solution to mathematical problems then considered unsolvable. So we are very much grateful to Srinivas Ramanujan Ji who have solved such problems of that time who are unsolvable. In 1930, he began a postal partnership with the English mathematician G.S. Harding at the University of Cambridge, England. Recognizing Ramanujan's work as extraordinary, Hardy arranged for him to travel to Cambridge. In his notes, Hardy commented that Ramanujan had produced groundbreaking new theorems. On the basis of his mathematical work, in 1916, he was awarded Bachelor of Arts by Research from Trinity College, Cambridge. During his short life, Ramanujan independently compiled nearly 3,900 results, mostly identities and equations. His original and highly unconventional results, such as the Ramanujan prime, the Ramanujan theta function, partition formula, and mode theta function, have opened entire new era of work in mathematics and inspired a vast amount of further research. He became one of the youngest fellow of the Royal Society of London. He was the first Indian to be elected a fellow of Trinity College of Cambridge. Mr. Hardy told that Ramanujan was a mathematician of the highest caliber and comparing him with genius mathematicians such as Euler and Jacobi. He published brilliant research paper on Bernoulli numbers in 1911 in the Journal of the Indian Mathematical Society. When Ramanujan was ill and hospitalized at Putney in London, Hardy had reached the hospital to see him by taxi cab bearing number 1729, 1729. In conversation with Ramanujan and Hardy told that the taxi cab number 1729 seemed to be rather a dull one. Then Ramanujan replied, "No, it is very interesting number. It is the smallest number which can be expressible as the sum of cube of two positive numbers, such as in two different ways, such as 1729, 1729 can be expressible as 1 cube plus 12 cube or 9 cube plus 10 cube. This shows the creativity of Ramanujan. So, this 1729 is called Ramanujan number and also Hardy Ramanujan number. So, this situation shows that Ramanujan has creativity, and immediately he replied to the Hadi that no, it is not a dull number. It is a very, very interesting number. And he expressed his into different way. That is 1729 is equal to 1Q, 12Q, and 9Q, 10Q. This shows the creativity of Ramanujan. So, student, you have to follow the from life of Ramanujan, how he thought about mathematics and how he was brilliant in research work. So this is the regarding Ramanujan, Srinivas Ramanujan, Indian Methodist. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much for highlighting the great scientist Srinivas Ramanujan. And now we go ahead. Moving on, our next presentation comes from Mr. P.C. Khan, who is going to throw light on Hargobind Khurana, who was an Indo-American biochemist, the soul, who worked on genetic code, which is a boon in the field of biology.
To prepare nucleotide sequences. Dr. Khurana used RNA transcribing enzyme for the chemical synthesis of deoxyribopolynucleotide. Khurana and Nirenberg discovered the three-letter words which they concluded to be stop codons. His work confirmed that the genetic code consisted of 64 codons, of which 20 amino acids can be synthesized. This eminent scientist was conferred upon various national and international awards because of his unparalleled work in molecular biology. A few of them are Nobel Prize for Medicine in 1968, Padma Vibhushan from Government of India, National Medal of Science 1987, etc. With this, I conclude my words on Dr. G. Khurana. Thank you. Over to Ravani Madam.
Thank you so much, sir. It was indeed a beautiful presentation from your side, highlighting Harman Khurana, sir, on his real essence of photosynthesis. Thank you, sir. And now, the famous modern scientist who is known as the father of Indian chemistry, who saw this beautiful earth on 2nd August 1861, is Praful Chandra Roy, and the other great scientist, C.N. Rao, who has worked mainly on solid state and structural chemist. He's also the one who has bagged all possible awards in his fields except the Nobel Prize. And to throw light on both of them, we have before us Mrs. Shashwati Mukherjee. Shashwati, the floor is yours.
Next.
Shashwati, over to you.
Thank you, madam. Very good morning to honorable dignitaries. I, Saraswati Mukherjee from DAB Public School, is here to throw a light on two scientists. First scientist is Sir Acharya Prafulla Chandra Ray, father of chemical sciences in India, father of chemistry. He is Acharya Prafulla Chandra Ray. Acharya Prafulla Chandra Ray is eminent Bengali chemist, educationalist, historian, industrialist, and philanthropist. He is regarded as the father of chemical sciences in India. He established the first modern research school in India. He was the founder of Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceuticals, the first pharmaceutical company in India. He was born in a village. He was born in a village, Katipara, now in Bangladesh. He started his education in a school run by his father in the village. Later, he went to Kolkata and got admission in Hare School. But He could not continue his study there as he suffered from severe attack of dysentery and consequently he was forced to postpone his studies and return to his ancestral home. He took this as an opportunity. He considered this disruption in studies as a blessing in disguise, as it allowed him to read much more than would have been possible within the constraints of school curricula. He had a strong passion for chemistry. The Metropolitan Institute in which he was studying, he did not got much opportunity there. So he moved to Presidency College as an external student to attend the lectures of physics and chemistry. And his self concentration and self studies made him much more advanced. He was especially drawn by the chemistry courses taught by Alexander Pedral, an inspiring lecturer. Soon captivated by experimental sciences, Ray decided to make chemistry as his career and he recognized that the country's development is only possible with the development of science. His passion for experimentation led him to set a miniature chemistry lab at classmates' lodging, reproducing some of Pedlar's experimentation. He got many recognition and honors. Faraday Gold Medal, Companion of the Order of Indian Empire, Knight Bachelors, Fellow of Royal Asiatic Society, Foundation Fellow of National Institutes of Science, Fellow of Indian Association, Chemical Landmark of the Plate of Royal Society. Next scientist is another great person, Chintamani Nagesa Ramachandra Rao. He is commonly known as CNR Rao. He is an Indian chemistry who has worked mainly in solid state and structural chemistry. He has already doctorated from 60 universities around the world and has authored around 16,000 research publications. And 51 books. Prestigious Bharat Ratna. CNR Rao was born in a Brahmin family in Bangalore. His father was an inspector of school. He was the only child. His parents provided a very good academic environment at his home. He was well versed in Hindu literature from his mother, and his father used to teach him arithmetic and English. So he did not attend any elementary school. And later, at the age of 6, when he got admitted in a middle school, he used to tutor his classmates in mathematics and English. He, after completion of his graduate studies in Bangalore, he joined as a lecturer in RISC. He accepted a permanent post in departments. He returned to IISc to establish solid state and structural chemistry. At various points in his career, Rao has taken appointment as a visiting professor of various universities. University of Oxford, Cambridge University, California, etc. He was a Jawaharlal Nehru professor at University of Cambridge. Rao is one of the world's foremost solid state and material chemists. He contributed to the development of the field over 5 decades. His work on transition metal oxides has led him to led to basic understanding of noble phenomenon and relationship between material properties and structural chemistry. He was one of the earliest to synthesize two-dimensional oxides material like La2CuO4. He was also the first to synthesize Y-junction carbon nanotube. His work has led to a systematic study of compositionally controlled metal insulator transition. Rao got many awards. The most important of them are DSC from Mysore University, SN Bose Medal by the Indian National Science, Royal Society of Chemistry, Foundation member of World Cultural Council, Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan, Karnataka Ratna, and above all, Bharat Ratna. Thank you.
Thank you, Shaswati, for throwing light on both the great scientists, that is Praful Chandra Roy, and the other is P.N. Rao. In fact, you told about Mr. Rao that he did not attend his elementary school. Well, children, elementary school is what? The first school of the child is mother's lap. From there, the schooling starts. So it did not hardly matter whether he went to the school or not, but the parents at the very initial stage took care. They were the ones who were educating the child at home. They were teaching at home. And then finally he was sent to class 6 straight away, the middle class. So these pandemic time, we are facing problems. We are saying that there's no school, online classes are not so good. All right, but then you can see, you can take the example from their life that how they have got their initial education. So living at home with your parents, you have to work hard. Your parents have to take care of if you want them to come, if you want yourself to come up to such heights. So thank you, Shakti. Thank you very much for this beautiful presentation. It has sent a good message. It is sending a good message to the students during this pandemic time that staying at home can be wisely utilized by the parents and their children if they really take care of. So thank you very much once again for this presentation. And now, being a native of Giridih, I'm elated to share about the two great scientists who have deep-rooted connection with Giridih in Jharkhand. And they are Sir J.C. Bose, who worked in various fields. He was a polymath, biophysicist, physicist, biologist, and archaeologist. He is also the founder of the famous Bose Institute in Kolkata in 1917. And the other great scientist is Prasanta Chandra Mohanalose, who is known as the father of statistics of modern India. He is well known for his immense contribution in the field of agricultural survey using random sampling methods. So it is really a matter of pride for we greedy natives that we have two such great souls here in our place in Jharkhand who have taken the name of Giridih to the map of the world. So, and to make us know more about them, here comes Kakoli Sahab. Over to Kakoli, the floor is yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Once again, thank you so much. Yes, now I'm here to highlight the very fact that we are in Giridih right now, and this place is of immense importance from the scientific viewpoint. Yes, I'm going to speak about two great scientists who belonged to this place, and Their works were renowned or known all over the world. So the laboratory is the mind, where behind illusions we uncovered source of truth. A great Indian scientist who proved the plants to be full of life and discovered the physics of radio communication. Yes, he is none other than Sir Jagdish Chandra Bose, and we are proud to place it before the entire world that he did some of his work over here and stayed for several years in Giridih. He was a diverse personality. He worked in various fields like biophysics, biology, archaeology, physics, and above all, he gave a lot to the human mankind. To the vernacular medium where he was sent for his initial education, the son of the Muslim attendant of his father sat on his right side, and the son of a fisherman on his left. They were his playmates. Yes, they were his playmates. He listened spellbound to their stories of birds, animals, and aquatic creatures. Perhaps these stories created in his mind a keen interest in investigating the working of nature. Yes, so this was the initial point which attracted his attention towards the nature. After completing his education, he went to Christ College, Cambridge. He came back to India. He came back and in India he started teaching in Presidency College, Kolkata. While his stay in England, he remained motivated. He was inclined towards the research work. After that, he shifted his base to Giridih. He made Giridih his Karvbhumi, putting the district on the world map. He carried out several of his research work over here. And he was instrumental in inventing crescograph, a device which measured the growth of plant. He was a great scientist and a great teacher. Some of his famous students who influenced the scientific world in the post and the pre-independence era are Sir S.N. Bose, Sir Meghnad Saha, and P.C. Mahalanobis. He also made remarkable progress in the field of remote wireless signaling and was the first to use semiconductor junctions in to detect radio signals. Yes, but he was a selfless, self made person. He did not take any credit or any commercial benefit from this invention. Rather, he made this invention public so that others could work upon it and improve upon it. Such was a great personality. So we can now I'm here to quote an incident which will make you all feel proud of the fact, yes, we the Indians, how great we personalities or scientists we had amongst us. Yes, on May 10th, 1901, the Central Hall of the Royal Society of London was jam-packed. Scientists from all over the world had gathered there to see how Bose would demonstrate that plants do have feelings like us, the human beings, and other living creatures. And to the utter surprise of everyone, it was successfully demonstrated, and the entire incident was greeted with much appreciation and applause from all over. Yes. So you can very well understand how keenly deep rooted he was associated with each and every branches of science. Finally, he established the Bose Institute in Kolkata in 1917, which has become a leading center for research and scientific world in the field of physics, chemistry, biology, biochemistry, and bioinformatics. Finally, he left for his heavenly abode at the age of 79 in Giridih itself. And we salute you, sir, for all the works you have done for this human mankind. And really, we are proud of you. Now, I move on to the next famous scientist who also has given us a lot, and he has also spent several of his valuable years in Giridih. Yes, he is none other than Prashant Chandra Mahalanobis. He was a great Bengali scientist and a statistician. He is better known for the Mahana distance, a statistical measure, and he was one of the pioneering members of the first Planning Commission of Free India. He established the Indian Statistical Institute, and because of his immense contribution in the field of statistics, he is known as the father of modern statistics in India. After completing his initial education in Brahma Boys School in Kolkata, he studied in Presidency College, Kolkata, where he obtained a Bachelor's of Science degree with honors in physics in 1912. After that, he migrated to London for his further studies. While he stayed in England, he came across a journal by the name of Biometrica. He was so influenced with the contents of the journal that he carried the rest of the volumes of the journal back home, that is to India. And this was the turning point in his life where he got inclined towards the field of statistics, and he started his work. Ancestors of PC Mahalanobis owned houses in Giridih. He, along with his wife, stayed here for many years. He was instrumental in establishing the Indian statistical wing of Giridih. And right now, still now, this unit of this statistical Indian statistical unit research is going on in full swing, and we are every day or the other we are being made aware of the recent developments. Yes, the importance of Giridih became more prominent during the Second World War when a part of the Statistical Publishing Society, a part of the library, and few equipments were shifted to Giridih. He was also instrumental in formulating India's strategy for industrialization in the second five-year plan, that is 1956 to 61. Yes. He calculated agricultural productivity using random sampling method. Even the Giridih wing of the Indian Statistical Unit is having an agricultural research unit where the farmland is being used for agricultural survey, and he also utilized his findings of statistics in various subjects like meteorology, anthropology, as well as biology. He had deep interest in cultural pursuits also, and so he was very close to Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore and spent teaching several years in Bharati University. Because of all his pioneering works, he was awarded Padma Vibhushan by the Indian government in 1968. So once again, we salute you, sir, for all this immense work for which you have done for the future generation to proceed forward. Finally, he left for his heavenly abode at the age of 72. Hopefully, my presentation would have helped my children to know little bit, at least some of the information related to these great personalities who had given their contribution in spite of their limited explorations. Thank you. Have a nice day ahead, and a bye namaste to you all once again.
Thank you, Kakuli. Thank you very much. Thank you for highlighting the real reason which motivated the scholars to reason out and gave the world a volume to go through and learn. And I'm sure my students or our students are surely going to be benefited by such reasons and the pros and cons, how they saw the things, how they viewed it out, and they came up with real stunning answers which has turned the world today and helped science to grow up more peacefully and comfortably. Vidvatvam cha nipatvam naipunyam kadachanam Swadeshye pujate raja vidvanam sarvatra pujate. That is, there is no comparison between a king and a scholar. because the king is only respected or worshipped in his country, whereas the scholar is respected or worshipped everywhere. So hence, I would again send the message to our children that be a scholar, not a king. We need not say about the intellectual speaker. The whole school is vibrating and echoing his prominence, and he is Dr. J. Krishna Pandey. Mr. J.K. Pandey is chief scientist and heads the Mine Fire Ventilation, Miners Safety and Health Research Group, Dhanbad, Jharkhand. He is working as scientist in CSIR, Central Institute of Mining and Coal Research, Dhanbad, in the area of mine environment for the last 31 years. He is also working as professor in engineering sciences at Academy of Scientific and Innovative Research, that is ACSIR, since December 2013. He has great experience working in different capacities. He completed his BTech and MTech in mining engineering from Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi, and PhD in mining engineering from ISM Dhanbad. I welcome you, sir, and the floor is yours. We would like to hear from you. Dr. J.K. Pandey, sir,
Thank you.
welcome, sir.
मेरी आवाज तो आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, थैंक यू। आज के इस आयोजन के मुख्य अतिथि डॉक्टर प्रदीप कुमार, डायरेक्टर CSIR सिंपल धनबाद, प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ सहोदया ग्रुप ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशन डॉक्टर P. हाजरा जी,
There seems to be some technical issues. Sir, the microphone is off. Please unmute yourself.
अभी ठीक है?
अभी ठीक है, sir. Yes,
तो
sir.
ये अभी तक पूरा शुरू से लास्ट था या अभी?
Yes, sir.
शुरू से लास्ट है ऐसा? आप सभी लोगों को मेरी तरफ से राष्ट्रीय विज्ञान दिवस, नेशनल साइंस डे की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। एक बार मैं मैनेजमेंट की, स्कूल मैनेजमेंट के विशेष तौर से BA कुमार जी का धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ कि उन्होंने इस प्रोग्राम को बच्चों के साथ ऑर्गेनाइज किया, क्योंकि इस प्रोग्राम को बनाने का मुख्य जो उद्देश्य होता है वो बच्चों के साथ ही होता है। अगर हम मैं ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि वैज्ञानिकों पर और उनके जो इंडियन साइंटिस्ट के कंट्रीब्यूशन पर तो हमारे पहले के वक्ताओं ने अच्छा बोला है, उन्होंने काफी चर्चा किया है, इसलिए मैं थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट पिच पर बोल रहा हूँ। तो ये बच्चों को इसलिए आवश्यक है कि उन्हीं से हमें उम्मीदें हैं। अगर हम नेशनल साइंस डे के उद्देश्य पर जाए कि हम क्यों मनाते हैं, ये हमें इस स्वाभिमान को याद दिलाता है कि आज ही के दिन एक ऐसे आविष्कार का घोषणा हुई थी जो कि हमें नोबेल पुरस्कार तक मिला है, और इसको हर साल हम इसी दिन मनाते हैं, और ताकि हर बच्चों में वो जो जग सके, यस we can also do it. अगर उस समय हमारे सीधे रमन साहब ने ठीक कर दिया तो क्या हम नहीं कर सकते? इसलिए इस तरह का एक भाव बच्चों में आना चाहिए और उसी वही एक उद्देश्य है जिसका हम ये चीज बच्चों में मनाते हैं। अगर बच्चों के बीच अगर नेशनल साइंस डे का सेलिब्रेशन होता है तो बच्चों में इस चीज को भावना लाना पड़ना चाहिए, यस वी कैन आल्सो डू इट। हम अगर इसको एनालाइज करें सिस्टम को हमारे अपने इवन अगर हम ये इंग्लिश पीरियड को करें तो बहुत बहुत लोग एनालाइज करते हैं कि अंग्रेजों की गुलामी से हमको क्या गया क्या मिला। बहुत लोग हमारा धन संपदा लूट के ले जाते रहे और हमें गरीब बनाते रहे। लेकिन अगर वस्तु स्थिति या वास्तव में इसको ट्रू सेंस में एनालाइज करें तो उन्होंने हमारे स्वाभिमान को तोड़ा है। उन्होंने हमारी शिक्षा व्यवस्था को डैमेज किया है और ये बताया है यही आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते, यू कैन ओनली बिकम ए क्लर्क। उसी मनोभाव का आप सोचिए कि जो व्यवस्थाएं जो पढ़ाई में जिस तरह पहले हमारे वैज्ञानिक लोग इतना बढ़िया और उत्कृष्ट करते रहे, हमारी पुरानी एंशिएंट वैज्ञानिक तकनीक कितनी उत्कृष्ट थी उसको आज हम ठीक से फॉलो तो नहीं आसमान नहीं और साथ में कहने कि हम उसको फॉलो नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, उस पक्ष में पर चल नहीं पा रहे हैं। अगर हम मतलब एक तरह से देखें कि ये महासुश्रुत अभी चर्चा में गया हमारे पहले चर्चा किया, महासुश्रुत इंडियन सर्जरी के जनक माने जाते हैं, इंडियन में विश्व में सर्जरी के जनक माने जाते हैं। उनके 600 बीसी में हुए थे। 600 बीसी मतलब आज से 2600 साल पहले, जब आप सोच सकते हैं कि उस समय हमारी जो मेडिकल व्यवस्था क्या रही होगी। उस समय उन्होंने जो अपने किताबों में जो उल्लेख किया है ये सर्जरी की व्यवस्था का, आज उसी को इम्प्रोवाइज करके आज हम फॉलो कर रहे हैं। तो उस व्यवस्था को अगर देखें तो आप सोचिए कि ये महासुश्रुत का फोटो एक मूर्ति ऑस्ट्रेलिया के रॉयल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेलबोर्न में रॉयल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेडिसिन रॉयल इंस्टीट्यूट सर्जरी में कि 10 लोग घुसते हैं तो सामने घुसे मुख्य द्वार पर ही उनका 1.2 मीटर का स्टैचू लगा हुआ है, स्टैचू हिम एज ए फादर ऑफ सर्जरी। आज बताइए हमारे पास इंडिया में कितनी मेडिकल कॉलेज है, हम घर से क्या कह पाते हैं क्यों नहीं हो रहे, हम क्यों नहीं है क्यों नहीं आपको कर पाते हैं? क्यों? क्योंकि हमारे अभी भी भावना को में ये अंदर में घुस चुका है कि नहीं जो विदेशी है अमेरिका में है, आप बहुत अच्छा रिसर्च करने के लिए आप अमेरिका इंग्लैंड स्विट्जरलैंड वही जाना हमारा कभी आप कर सकते हैं। सर सिंह रमन ने आपको अगर थोड़ा सा जीवनी देखें तो ये शुरू में सिविल सर्वेंट थे, 8 साल सिविल सर्वेंट थे। उसके बाद उन्होंने रिसर्च किया और इंडियन एसोसिएशन ऑफ कल्टिवेशन ऑफ साइंसेस कलकत्ता में रिसर्च किया। उनको कहीं अमेरिका में किसी लैब में जाने की जरूरत नहीं, यहीं पर रिसर्च किया और यहीं पर उन्होंने ऐसा आविष्कार किया जिसे कहा को लोग जाएंगे। तो दिस सेंस ऑफ मैसेज एक तरह से एक मैसेज देता है हम लोगों को, हम बच्चों को कि नहीं हम लोग भी कर सकते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है। क्योंकि जैसे किसी कवि का शब्द है पंख से नहीं हौसलों से बात होती है। तो बेसिकली अगर हमारे हौसलों को ही पस्त कर दिया गया, हमारे हौसले हमारे आत्मसम्मान इसी को ठेस किया गया है। और यही कारण है कि हम लोग ये आप मुझे प्रोग्राम विज्ञान भारती के साथ मिलकर कर रहे हैं और मैं एक विज्ञान भारती और आपकी तरफ से भी विज्ञान भारती का भी प्रतिनिधि हूँ एक तरह से। तो हम विज्ञान भारती का जो उद्देश्य स्वदेशी विज्ञान आंदोलन है, जो कि अपने स्वदेशी विज्ञान हमारा कितना उत्कृष्ट था और हम भी उसी स्वर्णिम युग को प्राप्त कर सकते हैं अपनी वैज्ञानिक प्रतिभा का दिखा करके। इसीलिए ये प्रोग्राम हर बच्चों को ये सोचने की आवश्यकता है और वो ये महसूस कर सकते हैं कि हम सीवी रमन जी एक कलकत्ता में रिसर्च करके नोबेल प्राइज पा सकते हैं, तो हम लोग भी कर सकते हैं। और इस प्रोग्राम का उद्देश्य जो हम मनाते हैं, जैसा कि आयोजक ने बताया, करीब हो सकता है करीब 20,000 बच्चे के आसपास इसको देख रहे होंगे। ये उनमें हम लोगों का प्रयास है कि उनमें ये भावना जागृत हो सके कि नहीं, यस, वी कैन आल्सो डू इट, वी कैन आल्सो मेक इट। द ग्रेट रिसर्चर्स डज नॉट ओनली हैपन इन अमेरिका और इंग्लैंड, इट कैन आल्सो हैपन इन इंडिया, इन झारखंड एज वेल। उसी आत्मा और उसी आत्मसम्मान के लिए, आत्मसम्मान को जगाने और उसी के लिए, ताकि सारे बच्चों में ये महसूस होना चाहिए कि हम सारे में ये प्रतिभा है कि हम भी हाई रिसर्च कर सकते हैं। और रिसर्च में थोड़ा सोच की एक जो बदलाव होना चाहिए, सोच वो चेंज होना चाहिए, ताकि हम ये समझ सकें कि रिसर्च थोड़ा हमारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम में भी अभी बदलाव की जरूरत है, जो कि अभी हो भी रहा है, ताकि हम सिर्फ स्टूडेंट न बने रह जाए, एग्जाम पास करने के लिए न पढ़े, और कुछ सीखने और कुछ करने के लिए आगे आ सके। यही आज हमारी तरफ से एक मैसेज है कि हम लोग अपने आत्मा और यस वी कैन आल्सो डू इट की फिलॉसफी पर हम लोग, हर बच्चे के लिए एक मैसेज है कि इसमें हम लोग कोशिश करें कि वी कैन आल्सो मेक इट, और अच्छी तरह रिसर्च करके हम भी एक अच्छा और झारखंड और देश का नाम रोशन कर सकते हैं। ये विश्व स्तरीय रिसर्च भी हमें लोगों में से ही कुछ कर सकते हैं। इसी के साथ मैं एक और आज मैं एक कविता सुन रहा था सुबह सुबह, तो उसके शब्दों को थोड़ा सा मैं फिर से रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूँ, बार चीजें। हे भारत के नाम जो मैं तुम्हें जगाने आया हूँ, घर घर में मैं इनकलाब की ज्योति जगाने आया हूँ। ज्योति, इनकलाब की ज्योति मतलब वैज्ञानिक इनकलाब की ज्योति, so that each of us can think that yes, we also can do it. It cannot happen in only in the very high research institutions in abroad. This can also happen in India, in Jharkhand as well. और इसी के साथ इसी वैज्ञानिक अर्थ जगाने की छोटी सी प्रयास के साथ मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूँ, और आप सभी लोगों को एक बार पुनः राष्ट्रीय विज्ञान दिवस की शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for such inspiring, informative address that you had given to all of us. And we are sure that the students who are listening would certainly take science as their career. And if it happens, our mission is fulfilled. So, our next speaker is the
मैं देखकर के आऊंगी आज कॉलेज टू ज्वाइन।
hello, sir. Is there anything you would like to say?
No, I'm just going to my director's room and requesting him to come to.
Yes, yes. Okay, sir. So, I'm here to read out his biography. All right. So,
रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि इनका बायोडाटा मैं उनके सामने पढ़ा जाए, तो सारे उनके सामने किया जाए। इसी डॉक्टर अगर हेलो
we are waiting for him, sir. We are waiting for director sir to be here. Yes, yes, sir. Friends, we are just waiting for our chief guest to log in, and just wait patiently. He's the director of CSIR Simfer, a great personality indeed. So just waiting for Pradeep sir to join. Pandey sir, JK Pandey sir. So it's a great moment to have GM sir, Mr. M.K. Agarwal with us. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of this Sahodaya schools, Parshvnath Sahodaya schools, and it's indeed a moment to be elated that you have taken out your precious time to view it. Thank you, sir. And we are shortly having with us Dr. Pradeep Kumar Singh in no time. So I grab this beautiful moment to request our Honorable GM Sir, Mr. M.K. Agarwal, to address us all. Sir, please, Mr. M.K. Agarwal, sir, please, it's time for you to address and bless. Sir, the floor is yours. Sir,
Madam, please take to put the microphone.
I beg your pardon, sir.
His microphone is on.
Sir, Mr. Agarwal, sir, your phone is muted. Please unmute yourself. Mr. M.K. Agarwal, sir, your mic is muted. Please unmute yourself. Hello? Sir, please unmute yourself.
Done. Yeah, it is done.
All right. Thank you. Welcome, sir. Welcome. So now the floor is yours and you can extend your views and bless us all. Sir, please unmute yourself.
मैडम आवाज मेरी मिल रही है?
जी सर, आप
Yes,
क्लियर
sir.
आ
Yes,
रही है
sir.
सर।
Very clear. Very
आप
clear.
क्लियर आ रही है।
हाँ, थैंक यू मैडम। आज ये साइंस डे पर बड़ी खुशी की बात है कि हमारे बीच CSIR के अनुभवी साइंटिस्ट जुड़े हुए हैं और जो हमारा थीम है विषय है साइंस टेक्नोलॉजी एंड इनोवेशन। इसके अंतर्गत अलग अलग साइंटिस्ट के अपने विचार मिल रहे हैं। बड़े खुशी की बात है और हमारे लिए सौभाग्य की बात है कि हमारा DAV स्कूल गिरिडीह इसको ऑर्गेनाइज करने में अग्रिम रोल अदा कर रहा है। मैं इस प्रोग्राम के लिए अपनी शुभकामना देता हूँ और चाहूँगा कि इससे अधिक लोग जुड़कर लाभान्वित हों। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your blessings. And now We move ahead. I request our chief guest, Dr. Pradeep Kumar Singh, sir, for his blessings. But before that, let me introduce Dr. Pradeep Kumar Singh. So, yes, Dr. Pradeep Kumar Singh is director in CSIR, Central Institute of Mining and Fuel Research, SIMFA, Dhanbad, a constituent institute of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research under the aegis of Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. Dr. Singh has studied from pre-university to postgraduate level at Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi, India, and did his Doctor of Engineering degree from the Technical University Klotzkopf, Germany. He has also worked at Los Angeles Institute of Geosciences, University of Toronto, Canada, as postdoctoral fellow. He joined this institute in 1990 as Scientist B, and by virtue of his hard work and dedication, rose to the present coveted post of director. Beautiful. Dr. Singh has made notable contributions in explosive science and blasting technologies to solve practical problems in the mining industry, encompassing the fields of optimal use of explosive energy in rock fragmentation, explosive energy partitioning, blast vibration, wall control fragmentation control, blast design in mines and tunnels, pre-split blast designs, cast blast designs in coal mining operations, beside correlating structural damages caused due to blast vibrations. Presently, Dr. Singh is coordinating many research activities of the Institute in field of fuel and energy science. He is the national coordinator of a pan-India project for evaluation and monitoring of quality of Indian coal being supplied by mines in different thermal power plants in the country. Based on scientific studies sponsored by different organizations, Dr. Singh has written 311 technical reports and 9 S&T reports funded by Ministry of Coal. Wonderful. Government of India. It has 151, he has 151 papers published in referred national and international journals, symposia to his credit. He is also author of 4 books and 4 booklets. Great, sir. Dr. Singh is recipient of prestigious National Mineral Award, Raman Research Award, and CSIR Technology Award for Business Development and Technology Marketing 2017. He is a fellow of Germany Academy. Dr. Singh is chairman of International Committee on Rock Fragmentation by Blasting headquartered in Spain. He runs a big list of chairmanship indeed. Dr. Singh was deputed for scientific pursuits to Australia, Austria, Canada, China, France, Germany, Japan, Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Russia, Spain, Sweden, Tanzania, and USA. He indeed is a great, great scholar. And now I request the Honorable Director, the Honorable Chief Guest Director, Dr. Pradeep Kumar Singh, for his blessings. Sir, please.
Thank you very much, madam. It was a very long. It could have been short, but first of all my best wishes to everyone for this National Science Day, and lot of students are visiting to our laboratory situated at 6 campuses, 2 in Dhanbad, 1 in Ranchi, 1 in Bilaspur, 1 in Roorkee, and 1 in Raniganj. So, just I wanted to share with all of you that now a time has come where we have to achieve, we have to attain the last glory where India was contributing maximum in science. If you see the back history of our country, more than 300 years ago, major contributor in science globally was the Bharat. But due to some reasons, we are not performing so well. But new education policy, new science policy, government has taken a lot of initiatives where we have got opportunity to excel and to prove that Indian brain are the best brain. I will also share some of my experiences that most of us are very much, including me, we are working for the self-satisfaction. If we publish a paper in a good cited journal, we get pride that we have so much citations. But I would urge here that time has come. We must be excellent in our own domain, but we should be relevant for the country and the society at large. Whatever the research, whatever the science teaching, whatever the education is being given to the students, there should be some practical connect, and there the mind should ignite that after some time I will be working for the self-reliance India. Lot of initiatives are being given to the startups. We are giving hand holding to the many SMS companies who are manufacturing small parts, and we are asking the mining industry to work upon it. We are also working with organizations, border organizations, and very difficult time our scientists are there to only impart their knowledge base for speedy construction of road and tunnels, Atal tunnels, Pakari Baryari, lot of hydropower projects is the example of the contribution of Ministry of Science and Technology in general and Simple in particular. I would urge all of you that self-satisfaction, self-praise matters for self and for family. But we should always have a line of thinking that my research is relevant for the youth or not. How much youth are getting benefited from my working, from my teaching? Am I teaching only the lessons which were taught 20 years back? Because during my student time, I have seen that the color of the copy my professor used to bring it was looks like that it is 30 years old written. Now, now digital classes are going on. Everything is on the internet. A boy can get all the lectures, download, and go ahead. But as a teacher, as a scientist, we have to give them opportunity so that they have jigyasa in their mind. And जब उनकी जिज्ञासा आए, तो we should be capable enough so that we are providing solutions to them. So with these words, today this is a very glorious day for us. This is a very auspicious day for us because we are celebrating science and we should work hard so that in coming 10 years, India will be in the top three countries who are contributing a lot in the science, product, processes, and prosperity. Science for society, science for prosperity, science for the well-being of the human being. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. I appreciate you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Nice, sir.
So
Nice.
much, sir. Thank you. It was really a wonderful address that you have made. It has certainly ignited many minds today, and I'm doubly sure that they will unshackle their minds to go ahead to deal in science and technology to be a wise human being of the world. Thank you so much. It was really very inspiring. And now it's time to extend thanks to everyone for taking the pain to join, be patient to hear. And so, to do the honor, I request Mr. A.K. Jha sir, Principal DAV Public School, Saria, to extend the vote of thanks. Sir, the floor is yours. A.K. Jha sir. Principal A.K. Jha, sir. Yes.
Good
Good morning,
afternoon. Good
afternoon,
afternoon
sir.
to all.
Welcome. Yes.
Yes. I would like to thank today's chief guest and renowned scientist and the director, CSIR, Honorable Dr. Pradeep sir. I would like to thank Honorable Dr. Arvind Pandey ji, Senior Scientist, Honorable Dr. J.K. Pandey sir, Chief Principal CSR, Honorable GM CCL Sri N.K. Agarwal ji. I would like to thank all the team members of the program organizer who have organized a very well-mannered and the speakers, all the expert speakers who have highlighted the life history of various scientists. And I would like to thank President of Sahodaya Parshvnath Group, Dr. Hajra sir, Sri Bhaiya Arunabji, Secretary, Sahodaya Group, all the principals of Sahodaya, this Parshvnath Group, teachers, and all the students who have benefited by listening the valuable thoughts from the various chief guests and directors and the various scientists and the experts of this team. And I hope that in future we will get one the scientists from these students. And in future, this type of program will be organized very soon, and we will be blessed by our all these speakers again. Thank you so much. Once again, I thank all the speakers and all the dignitaries present in this webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks
Thank you.
for the beautiful thanks that you have extended to all of us. And now I would request our lovely, beloved Principal Bhaiya Abhinav Kumar sir to please address us all.
Madam, even after vote of thanks, I could not stop myself saying something. Watching all the scientists on this is
Sir, you are
auspicious
not properly
occasion,
visible.
especially Dr. Pradeep Kumar Singh.
Now you
Yes.
are visible, sir. Now you are visible.
Okay. So, customarily, usually after vote of thanks, we used to have our Santi part, but I could not stop myself saying some, express my feeling that watching these eminent scientists of the country all live, along with all our colleagues, teachers, and around 20,000 children, it is a great occasion for all of us, and there could not be any better way to celebrate this National Science Day today. Uh, I'm really very much thankful to Dr. Pradeep Kumar Singh, Director, CSIR, who spared few moments with us, along with Dr. Arvind Rana Deji and Dr. J.K. Pandey Sahab. Uh, the children, uh, those who are watching, and those who will be watching later on the YouTube recorded video, definitely they will be inspired, sir. And I wish that all my colleagues, all the teachers of different school, hundreds of teachers, they will now, under the new education policy, will definitely ignite that fire among each children, the fire of observation. Every child has got certain talent that we need to identify and encourage them, to guide them. It is not only the rote learning which helps anyway in solving the problem of the humanity. One has to break these shackles. What Director uh, Pradeep Kumarji told, that during these 200, 300 years, the people of India has been made educated to become uh, a clerk. That is not the purpose of education. Rather, we have to encourage children to think innovatively. And for that, we have to make sufficient space for them in the classroom. and outside classroom also. So really it is a wonderful experience, sir. Special thanks to J.K. Pandey Sahab who addressed the children and the teachers, and his words are always encouraging and always very simple to the point and very appealing one. So thank to you, sir, and I'm also thankful to our LMC chairman, Sri Manoj Kumar Agrawal Sahab, who has been on the way for a meeting at headquarters, but he spare few moment for us. And all the teachers who has taken pain to narrate the story of a great Indian scientist. The purpose was, sir, that the children should know that all these great scientists, including you all were someday you were a student, you were children, but what motivated you to become a scientist, that matters to us as a teacher to guide the children. So let us make our children a good observer, a good innovator that will, and this webinar is just one step. And I wish that being a secretary of this Sahodaya complex, I appeal to all the principals, colleagues, members, let us arrange one science exhibition also in soon. We will have a meeting and we will arrange it, and we will give sufficient space to the children to come out with their innovation. So thanks to everyone. Now over to Rabani madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for all the inspiration that you have given to your teachers, and that is a great booster to them. They will surely be giving the best, more best, even the best can be better. And with your this inspiration, we are going to boost our energy to a great height and give the best to our schools and our children. All is well that ends well with your blessings, sir. Indeed, we started with a good note and are about to end the same way with the belief that our students will definitely be benefited. This day surely must have attracted many young minds and motivated them to take up science as their career. The celebration of this day includes showcasing the country's competence in the field of science. Raman's work on the scattering of light by liquid came to be known as Raman's effect. But how did he get that idea is a point to be thought and noted by every young mind today. That is like being a keen observer as Raman had been. When it was his return to India via ship, when nearing to Kolkata in the Bay of Bengal, he noticed the two colors in the waves in the Bay of Bengal, and that led him to quest how it is. Children, this is the thought. And he kept on working hard to come out with the rule that we know today is the scattering of light, observation, innovation, creativity. That counts, children, and you all must abide by it. And before I wind it up, I have two lines which I had wished it could be sung, but sir is not here. Manu sir is not here right now with me. But I would just like to present before you all in a quote: "Jyot se jyot jagate chalo, jyot se jyot jagate chalo, विज्ञान की गंगा बहाते चलो, विज्ञान की गंगा बहाते चलो, राह में आए रुकावट कोई, राह में आए बाधा कोई, सबका समाधान निकालते चलो, निकालते चलो, विज्ञान की गंगा बढ़ाते चलो." So with this, I wind up this today's program. But before winding up, let me tell you, friends, there's something else we need to pay respect to. And let me tell you, with the wonderful day celebration, we also shared it with the grief as we also mourn the loss of a great leader, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who was the first president of Free India, who opened his eyes on this beautiful earth on 3rd December 1884, and left this earthly heaven for divine abode on 28th February 1963. Let us pay homage to this great soul by maintaining 1 minute silence. Let us all stand and do the silence. Thank you, everyone. And now let us finish it with a divine note by having the Shanti part, which will be a blessing to both to this celebration as well as to the great soul who has rendered his life for this nation. So let us begin with the Shanti part.
सुप्रभातम सर्वप्रथमं मम पक्षतः ऑनलाइन उपस्थित सर्वेषां विद्वद्वर्याणां कृते नमो नमः। अथः शांति पाठः। ओम देहो शांतिरन्तरिक्षं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवा शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। धन्यवादः।
Thank you, everyone, for being patient and listening to us. And now we disperse. Thank you once again to all.
And thanks to the wonderful presentation and anchoring to Mr. Trapani.